Life was good. Great, actually. I had it all. A beautiful wife, two amazing daughters, and a thriving business in the heart of the Gold Coast. The sun seemed to shine brighter here, the waves crashed louder, and every day felt like a vacation. We were living the dream. Our daughters, Lily and Jasmine, were the heart of our world. Then, things changed. My wife, let's call her Sarah, became distant. The laughter that once filled our home was replaced by a deafening silence. I tried to ignore it at first, telling myself it was just stress. I was wrong. The distance between us grew wider each day. I started noticing changes in Sarah's behavior. She was always on her phone, whispering in hushed tones. Late nights out with friends became more frequent. My attempts to reach out were met with cold indifference. One evening, after the kids were asleep, I confronted her. She didn't deny it. The confirmation of my fears hit me like a physical blow.
There's someone else, isn't there? Don't make this harder than it already is.
The woman I loved, the mother of my children, had betrayed me in the worst way possible. The truth, like a bitter pill, was hard to swallow. It lingered in the back of my mind, gnawing at my peace and sanity. Sarah was having an affair with a man she had met through work. Their secret meetings and stolen glances were a betrayal I never saw coming. He was everything I wasn't, flashy, wealthy, and utterly devoid of the values we had built our lives on. His lifestyle was a stark contrast to our humble beginnings. The news of Sarah's infidelity spread through our circle of friends like wildfire. Whispers and gossip became the norm, and I felt the weight of their judgment. But amidst the pain and humiliation, my primary concern was for our daughters. Their well-being and emotional stability became my top priority. Lily, our eldest, was old enough to understand the gravity of the situation. She asked questions that I struggled to answer, her eyes filled with worry. Jasmine, still so innocent, just sensed the tension. She didn't fully grasp what was happening, but knew something was terribly wrong.
Dad, why is Mom doing this? Doesn't she love us anymore? Her innocent question broke my heart into a million pieces.
The divorce was messy, a drawn-out battle fought in courtrooms and through lawyers. Each hearing felt like a dagger to the heart, prolonging the agony. Sarah, fueled by her newfound sense of freedom, fought tooth and nail for everything she could get. Her determination was both infuriating and heartbreaking to witness. The judge's gavel came down with a resounding thud, signaling the end of our marriage. Sarah received a substantial settlement, half of everything we had worked for. The impact on Lily and Jasmine was immediate and heartbreaking. Our once happy home was now a battleground. Sarah moved into a luxurious apartment on the other side of the city. The girls and I remained in our family home, the emptiness echoing the void in our lives. Weekends became a source of anxiety, filled with forced smiles and awkward exchanges. Sarah showered them with gifts, hoping to buy their affection, but material possessions could never replace the love and stability she had sacrificed. Sarah's newfound wealth was as fleeting as the passion that had fueled her affair. The man she had left me for was more interested in her newfound wealth than in building a life together. Within a year, he had moved on, leaving Sarah with nothing but a broken heart and an empty bank account.
The calls started a few months later. At first, they were civil, even apologetic. But these conversations always took a turn, morphing into thinly veiled requests for money.
Sarah had burned through her half of the divorce settlement with alarming speed. Now she was turning to me, expecting me to bail her out, to clean up the mess she had created. I was faced with a heart-wrenching dilemma. On one hand, I was still deeply hurt by Sarah's betrayal, but on the other hand, there were Lily and Jasmine. I couldn't bear the thought of them suffering because of their mother's mistakes. I agreed to help, but with strict conditions. I would provide financial support for the girls, ensuring their needs were met, but I refused to fund Sarah's lifestyle. Life as a single parent was challenging, but it was also incredibly rewarding. The bond between me and my daughters grew stronger with each passing day. I poured my heart and soul into creating a stable and loving home for them. As the years passed, the girls grew older, more aware of the complexities of the situation. Lily, always observant, began to see through her mother's facade. Sarah, still grappling with her own demons, was unable to provide the emotional support that Lily craved. Jasmine, though younger, also sensed the shift.
One evening, I confided in Dad, my voice trembling with a mixture of anger and hurt. Dad, I don't think Mom wants to spend time with us. I think she just feels like she has to.
My heart ached for my daughters. They deserved better than this. I held Lily close, offering words of comfort and reassurance. The situation came to a head when Sarah, in a moment of desperation, threatened to take me back to court for full custody of the girls. Her anger was palpable, and the tension in the room was suffocating.
You're turning them against me, poisoning their minds with lies about me. You think you can just take them away from me?
The truth was far less dramatic. The girls were simply old enough to recognize their mother's shortcomings. They had grown tired of the constant arguments and emotional turmoil. Fearing for my daughter's well-being, I contacted my lawyer. I knew that something had to be done to protect them from the escalating situation.
We'll file for a modification of custody, arguing that Sarah's behavior is detrimental to their emotional health. It's clear that the current arrangement is no longer in their best interest.
The courtroom became the battleground for their future. Every hearing was a test of endurance, a struggle to prove what was best for the girls. The court proceedings were grueling. Sarah fought tooth and nail to maintain her grip on her daughters. Her determination was fierce, but so was my resolve to ensure their safety and happiness.
We love our mom, but we're hurt and confused. We want a relationship she seems unwilling or unable to provide. We just want to feel safe and understood.
They spoke of their love for their mother, but also of their hurt and confusion. Their words were a poignant reminder of the emotional toll this battle was taking on them. After weeks of testimony, the judge finally issued his ruling.
Citing Sarah's ongoing instability and the best interests of the children, I award sole custody of Lily and Jasmine to their father. Sarah will have visitation rights, but only under strict supervision.
The relief that washed over me was palpable. The weight of the world lifted from my shoulders, replaced by a sense of gratitude and overwhelming love for my daughters. They had been through so much, endured more than any child should, and yet they had emerged from the fire stronger. Sarah, as expected, was devastated by the ruling. Her choices had consequences, and now she was paying the price. Life after the custody battle was a breath of fresh air. The tension that had permeated our lives for so long dissipated, replaced by a sense of peace and stability. We settled into a new routine, one built on love, laughter, and shared experiences. The girls thrived in our small but loving home, their smiles brighter, their laughter more genuine. Sarah, true to her nature, drifted in and out of their lives. Her visits were sporadic, her attempts at meaningful connection often falling flat. The girls learned to keep her at arm's length, to protect their hearts from further pain. They understood that love required more than just sporadic appearances and empty promises. The scars of the past remained, a reminder of the pain we had endured. Each mark told a story, a chapter of our lives filled with trials and tribulations, but they were also badges of honor, testaments to our resilience and unwavering love for one another. These scars were symbols of our strength, proof that we had faced adversity and emerged stronger. We had learned that family wasn't defined by blood or legal documents, but by the love and loyalty we shared. It was the moments of support, the shared laughter, and the collective tears that truly bonded us. I learned that forgiveness is a journey, not a destination. It is a continuous process, a path we walk every day, seeking peace and understanding. I forgave Sarah, not for her, but for myself, for my own peace of mind. It was the decision to let go of the anger and hurt that weighed me down. But forgiveness didn't erase the past, nor did it excuse her actions. It was a way to heal, to move forward without the burden of resentment. Life is a tapestry of choices, of actions and consequences. Each decision we make weaves into the fabric of our existence, creating a unique pattern. We had built a life filled with love, laughter, and an unbreakable bond. Our shared experiences, both good and bad, had strengthened our connection. And that, I realized, was all that truly mattered. The love we shared, the memories we created, and the lessons we learned along the way were the true treasures of our lives. In the end, it was the journey, the growth, and the love that defined us. And those were the scars and lessons that shaped our lives.